All right, so
I can't teabag from happiness, but
after a lengthy exorcism of our stream equipment, we managed to be back. We're still here with our friends from York. And Mother Scylla has performed a successful exorcism. And now we're back on. Oh, look at that! That's Greek fire for sure, man. Now you've got Greek fire.
It was.
It's not very useful because it doesn't cause any heat.
All right. I really like that puzzle.
I'm gonna go to the campfire now, and I'm gonna go to our next Aris script. Can you tell me what campfire I am going to?
Yes. Maybe. Well, we've been talking a lot about the ethics of tomb raiding in Tomb Raider, but maybe we can talk a little bit about the interesting ethics of Tomb Raider in terms of stereotyping of the female form a little bit.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know.
I wanted to do test out a bunch of her outfits. That's what I wanted to do.
All right, that's maybe a nice intermezzo.
Okay, we're gonna do that at the camp because there's more light there. So just for the sake of light.
I like how
yeah, that's pretty close, right?
the light's better over there at the other camp.
We need that one particular one because you can go hidden refuge, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right. Let's go.
Because
can I have my phone?
Yes. Well, Chilla was gonna do the outfits.
I want my phone though.
Oh, your phone.
My phone. How did you confuse phone with controller?
All right.
Because controller is life.
Got resident fashion expert. Or at least more of an expert on women's clothing than I am.
Alright.
Okay,
What kind of gender assumption is this?
Then I am.
Campfire, press square.
Alright.
Square? But
Yes.
it says X.
Show me some different...
Okay, so I've never played any of the Tomb Raider games. I know nothing about Lara Croft except for the pictures I've come across on the internet.
What sort of pictures have you come across on the internet?
And in what context?
And since we've already dropped things like the F-bomb and the balls deep thing, you can be quite graphic about the type of pictures that you've encountered on the internet.
You weren't actually broadcasting during the balls deep thing.
Yeah. I think we were maybe.
Okay, so the pictures you come across from like the old Lara Croft that I recall are of her in this like turquoise tank top and like hot pants type. I don't know if they're supposed to be jeans.
Oh, yeah. It was
Yeah,
Sure.
and just basically something that you think about. Dude, you're going to scrape your knees a million times on all those tombs that you're apparently raiding and climbing. That doesn't seem like a sort of, I don't know, smart choice of attire for adventuring.
Sure.
The same goes for every Japanese RPG then.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Where her outfit.
And the same goes, by the way, I don't know what your experience is, but if you run a field school for first year students or second year students.
Oh yes.
There are always, and this not
Old
this
school
is not
Lara Crofts.
old school Lara Crofts or old school Indiana Joneses who are, well, not old school Indiana Jones because Indy was kind of sensible in a way, but people that are just insisting on going there like in their swimming trunks or something like that.
It's like, no, you bring proper excavation pants.
Yes.
That go down to your ankle.
Yeah.
Because for starters, you're going to be sitting on your knees the whole time. Plus, there's rocks, it's dirty, there's probably mosquitoes. Unless you're in the Arctic, which happens as well.
But then
in
you
which
still
case,
kind of want
you also
pants
don't
to-
want
yeah,
to be in
exactly.
a tank top.
Exactly.
For some reason, it's in the weapons section.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Sure. Alright, show me some outfits. Then.
Okay, so I was just curious, based on that one image that I had of Lara,
Sure.
what her outfits are like in this game.
Alright.
Oh, what's that? That's a new one.
I don't know, it's called Apex Predator. Heavy bear hide and fur jacket.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
That looks like it like the girl from
Adorned
Skyrim.
with the claws of defeated foes. Is this from the bear you killed the other day?
Yes.
Yeah.
It must be.
So how ethical is that to go around killing the local wildlife?
I have maybe a stupid question, but what do you think of Tomb Raider being as the name of the game, where you're playing an archaeologist? Isn't raiding like pillaging?
Well,
That's
yeah, because
kind of
in
the point of
Kelly
the
can really
stream.
do this, but in the initial game, she was not actually an archaeologist. That's sort of an evolution that happened over the course of time.
That's
Why?
true, I guess.
Why did she become an archaeologist if she wasn't?
Well,
Initially.
they've had 2 or 3 different. Yeah, there's always been 2 or 3 different sets of canon as the games have evolved from being the daughter of a rich, eccentric sort of explorer to the daughter of an archaeologist to an archaeologist herself within these latest 2 iterations.
So what is leading then? I mean, what was first, the game or the movie or books or...
No, the
Man,
game.
of course, the game, right?
These games, timeline-wise,
I'm sorry, I'm
she's
just-
younger
Yeah, I know.
than
yeah,
the late
no, no.
first games.
They've reset her age and her whole backstory multiple times at this point.
I mean, of course you can't have her running around like a 50-year-old. How many
She
people
wouldn't
would
be 50. Oh, maybe she
Hey,
would be 50
Simpsons
by now.
did it.
Yeah, it's true.
50-year-old Lara Croft
No,
But wait a
in
minute.
a tank top?
no, a kid that is born in '84.
Lara Croft is a
Or-
real phenomenon of the 90s. She was, in a way, after Mario and Sonic and Duke Nukem, one of the I think maybe the first or one of the first for sure feminine video game heroes that at least got mainstream popularity.
Well,
What
one
about
thing.
Miss Pac-Man, man?
No, Miss Pac-Man
Right.
is another very good example of that, for sure.
It's important to point out, Lars, though we pick on her a lot for her past representation, she is really important when we talk about how archaeologists have been represented in games, because she was the first female archaeologist that really entered public consciousness through any sort of pop culture media.
Yes.
So she may not be perfect, and she definitely used to be worse than she is now.
Yep.
But she was the first one who created the perception that women could actually be archaeologists.
And adventurers for that
I
matter as
think
well.
how they portray her now, she comes across as extremely just human. I think they got the
But you know what I like about these outfits
Yeah.
is that she's actually wearing what I would consider, more or less appropriate battle gear. She doesn't have on one of those ridiculous metal bikinis that are supposedly
Yeah,
like
it's
a
not,
million hit points of armor, but she actually has chainmail on
looking
that
at
covers
you. Wow.
looking at you. Wow, yeah.
No, but that's very much what happens in the reboot, the reinvention of Lara in these series. Is that's something that they
Can you put your...
they went away from
Your knee.
completely. So they went away from the objectification of her. Although I think it's very interesting. I've once read, and I have to find this if we want to link it somewhere, that instead of the objectification, the sexual objectification of Lara through her gratuitous outfit, what you see in these games is still a form of objectification in which she gets objectified to a hell of a lot of physical abuse.
Yeah, but
She's
Yeah.
impaled,
Yeah.
she's being gored by bears in very, very graphical ways, in ways that you often
die
don't.
over and over again.
Yes.
yeah, like how she, like I showed you when she fell in that spike trap.
Yeah.
How she got impaled like through her head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
for
but
and for
that counts for
Really
every game.
interesting
That's not
concept. No,
particularly
because-
the
because-
same for two-player
No,
games.
no,
Grace
if you-
dies. Well, he dies, he just sort of fades out to gray and screams.
Uncharted, you're talking
But
about.
you have to watch her die over and over again.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And that's been very. Whether it was a conscious decision, I'm sure it wasn't actually, but it is definitely one of the
because
things that has
that's-
come under critique with this game.
That goes the same for Dark Souls because you have female characters in there as well, and they die a lot more horrible
Sure.
deaths
But
than
I mean,
she does.
in the genre that we're talking now, which if you want
Yeah.
to be very niche about it, is like
Yes.
archaeopulp.
Yeah.
If you compare that to an Uncharted or to other games which feature adventure style explorers.
Yeah.
So do you think that's kind of like an abuse fetish almost?
No,
Well,
man. No,
That's,
man.
that's like,
It has been suggested. I'm not
Okay.
I'm not sure that
No.
I want to go that far myself, but it's interesting that still there is this
There's a
apparently
tank
this
top there,
fascination with
I
the
think.
designers of experiencing things through Lara. Let's put it like this at least.
see, that's as
Sure,
far
I
as
mean,
they
Or
go.
sure.
subjecting her to things that
Yeah.
You know,
Sure, but that's what every game designer wants to achieve, right? That you feel through your character. I mean, no?
well, no, not necessarily.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, but it really depends on the extremity and what, like, you have to compare it with the rest of the things that are happening, because Tomb Raider is not an extremely violent game with extreme graphic violence. Besides,
It didn't used to be anymore.
no,
It
and
is-
but like the scenes of death,
Keep going.
it takes
There's
the
a lot of
game
outfits.
to an extreme that would be comparable, for example, to Bloodborne,
Yeah.
Oh.
right?
Yes.
But it's not like the gameplay itself is not like Bloodborne.
No, I
it's
know.
only a
Right,
specific.
so the question is the violence to Lara through her death scenes necessary in the larger context of the game? And I would say it isn't, that it's not supported by the overall
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
narrative
Well, it used to
structure
be
of
worse.
the game.
For sure.
It used to be a lot worse.
The death.
Yeah,
What
you
the
felt.
fuck?
You felt.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome! That's amazing.
There
That
we
is
go.
so. That is like.
That's how we learn to play Lara Croft.
And that's in fact
two to the left. Two to
the
the left.
classic Croft manner. That's the outfit she wears in the first tutorial of the first game.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
And that's
Tomb Raider 3.
The Angel of Darkness.
That's
No, this is
amazing.
this is
I
when
didn't know
the
that was in
Matrix?
there.
no, this is
This
not
is
the
the one.
Matrix. This is when
This is
the whole series bombed with the Angel of Darkness, I think.
Yeah.
And this is the
That's the one
Tomb
I-
Raider 2 or 3.
That's the.
That's
think
Angel
it
of
was
Darkness.
That's the second one, I think. Oh, this is the classic Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
This
this
is
This
the
is the
one
one I
you're
was
talking about.
thinking of.
This
That's
is
the
the
one
one
you're talking about.
1997. So 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years. Well,
Oh.
and for the first game it was 1995, I think.
But this one's
The
1997.
thing with it is, you didn't have a choice there, and I think it's when I play this game, and I was like, okay, I'm in this setting now in Siberia with all these cold areas and all this shit. I'm not gonna wear a tank top because I like looking at a woman in a tank top. I wear my Siberian jacket because it's cold as f.
You did?
Yes.
Oh.
I actually switched outfits because I was like, oh,
Is
it's
this
cold
the
here, so I'm
Matrix?
gonna switch an outfit.
This is not the Matrixy. Well, it's kind of Matrixy. So this is what
Oh my God,
happened.
that's the diver
After
suit, isn't
a
it?
couple of games, they were sort of burned out, and they actually wanted to have Lara die.
Oh my!
And they, in fact, let her die, I think, at the end of Tomb Raider 3 or 4, one of the two. And, of course, Kelly is going to completely overrule everything I say. But then after
With
that, they had a
knowledge,
whole...
because we're
They had
not
a
chicken,
whole...
so-
Well, I've never played that game, but this is one of the outfits, this catsuit outfit, that she played there. But it's cool that they it's interesting that they put us in there.
I
think
didn't
it's
know actually that they were in there.
it's probably like a commentary on what has gone before.
Wait, switch between the one to the left, that one,
This one?
yeah, and then one down or one up, whatever, just to see how far we've come.
Well, this one I find interesting because it says it's
Graphically
inspired by
wise.
Byzantine heritage. Okay,
Yeah,
so
So the catsuit is from Chronicles number 5.
Ah.
And
look at that.
Kelly says that she's not talking about Angel of Darkness.
Good. Angel of Darkness is widely regarded as the worst Tomb Raider game.
Okay.
Even if you don't particularly like the mobile titles or whatever, it's the worst Tomb
Or the
Raider
top-down
game.
ones.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a
They're
couple
pretty good.
top-down
They're pretty
ones.
good.
They're pretty fun.
They're horrible from an archaeological perspective, but they're pretty good games.
so this is apparently a thermal shirt. Would you wear this in an excavation in Siberia?
Hold on, this
Oh,
is a
yeah?
shirt that you wear under other clothing.
Clearly not.
Well,
Now you're just groping for things.
yes.
No.
Now you're just
Yes.
No, I
No,
like
didn't
why.
get noticed.
I don't get myself involved in this conversation.
Okay, then I'm gonna pick an outfit and you can continue with the next two.
Alright.
Pick the classic one. I want to play one of the classic
It's-
ones. I
it's-
think it's hilarious.
It's perhaps good
No.
to say that the original designer of Lara wanted to make her badass. This I forgot his name. Kelly will be able to tell us the name of your. This is indie. I like this. Go for this one.
Why can't we play the
And really wanted to make her
classical?
badass. And of
That's
course, he
funny.
was at his own particular aesthetic input
Right,
in mind.
Map?
But you can say whatever you want. The
to
90s Lara was a badass character. She was, aside from a sexy being, she was also a tremendously impressive woman.
R2?
Yeah, I mean, it's some of the stuff I've read, obviously, preparing for the stream, that on the one hand, this like sexualization of her figure has been critiqued, but at the same time, she was sort of a strong female character, accomplishing things and adventuring on her own and doing all these sorts of really impressive feats.
Yeah, that's what Meghan said.
That's where
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
Big
So it's
cultural
kind of
impact.
this-
Oh, yeah.
Yes?
Oh, I'm just pointing to. The thermal set is under the winter gear. She only wore the sun's jacket, but she was in the black edition.
There you go. There you go. But it's a big. Lara Croft was on the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I don't think there's many video game characters, and definitely not many archaeologists that have been on the cover of Time magazine. So
Dear Google, please come with an answer.
that would be great if we could find an archaeologist, especially a female one that has been on the cover of Time magazine. I think we will have a very hard time. with this.
We're ready for our second piece of gameplay.
All right.
With the outfit thing as an interval.
How do I switch weapons?
We're
I'm ready. I'm ready
gonna
for my second
venture.
beer.
Oh yeah, I'll get you one. We're gonna venture into a crypt now.
The other
Were
one
we
wasn't
not
a
in a
crypt.
crypt before?
No, that was a tomb.
Okay.
What the hell's the difference between a tomb
You'll
and a
see.
crypt?
Okay.
Just experience. There's a lot more bodies here already.
Interesting. What will be the formal definition of the difference in terms of archaeological formal definition? The difference between a crypt and a tomb.
crypt? Isn't a crypt?
A crypt
Is for
a
like a
building. Like the crypt, it has other architectural elements. I guess. By the tomb, I guess they mean just the burial chamber, right?
But
Yep.
but
Bill?
I don't know, man.
Google this. Google
So
this stuff.
apparently there is somebody named Nelson Kluek, an American rabbi, academic, and archaeologist at the cover of Time magazine
Oh, all right.
in December 13, 1963.
1963. That's been a long time ago. It's time. It's time for a new one very soon. I would say. We'll certainly beat all those faces of Trump on the cover of that one.
And Kelly says that the
Oh,
character,
it's the T word.
Kelly says that the character herself was never really abused as sexual, not
There you go.
abused, but she never really used her sexual appearance in the video games.
No, never, never.
It was
Can we
just-
talk about the crypt? Well, also,
Yeah.
It's Byzantine as well.
and it's mosaic.
It's a
Right.
music, yeah.
It's a mosaic. Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, sir. And
Cheers.
to having defeated the stream exorcist.
Yeah, so in 97, she was in her mid-20s. So if they had let her age, she would now be in her mid-40s.
There's nothing wrong with that. Man is already in his
Clearly
mid-40s.
the developers
Hey, man.
feel there's something wrong with that.
But we've seen reboots on so many things. Why not see a reboot on Lara Croft, especially since they wanted to change the perception
No, but
of the game, right?
it's kind of true though. Why if you really want to reboot and make this more sensitive, why not make her this 40-something-year-old archaeologist
Exactly.
that looks okay.
I mean, Drake is quite old.
In the last game he is.
Exactly.
Also, God,
Maybe
there was a game
they
series.
also
There
want
was a
to
game
appeal to
series
younger
that I
people.
played where
Could
the
be.
last game he was really old. God.
I don't know.
No, it's true.
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. The last game, he was like old, and he was still jumping around on stuff and all
Ezio,
that.
you mean.
So yeah,
Assassin's Creed Revelations.
the Revelations. Yeah.
Yes,
So
true. I guess it has to do with the fact that
this is why it's a crypt.
young people identify more with young people. I
No,
guess.
but
Yeah.
maybe Megan can say something. Whether have you ever considered like age as part of the ethical like overview of games, like the age of the characters in your research?
Yeah, I think that sometimes what we're like with Lara here, I think it's great that when they reframed her, they made her a student, and inherently that meant to make it work within the narrative they wanted, they had to make her younger again. But I think that when we look at the field as a whole and how how many archaeologists are actually still working in their 40s for women, there's still a lot. It's still quite common. And I think that when you're looking, at the field you also have to consider that it would be more normal for an archaeologist who is slightly older to have the access that she has. And you know, there's some inherent bias in that. And the other issue is the age of the game playing population. When you start to look at that, more people are playing games who are in their mid-30s than are like this level of game in their mid-30s than in their late teens. So the audience has aged up, but we haven't necessarily aged up the characters with the audience.
Yeah, but there is also a new audience, right?
There is, but the larger population, when you look at the actual breakdown of who plays games, proportionally there are way more people playing games at my age in my mid-30s than there are as teenage boys now.
Sure.
And do you think that, like, but that has to do, I guess, with that type of adventure or single-player games, right? Because if you check
No, that's games in general.
because I think if you check out the League of Legends statistics, for example, then you see, like, the age the average age definitely drops to 23 or 22, I guess.
Right, but proportionally for the entire industry,
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
that's not
There's
where the majority of game players are.
Yeah, sure.
On it.
And do you think
So-
the fact that the characters don't age is related to the nostalgia of the people?
I have to say, for me, it was completely the other way around. So I did pick up Tomb Raider, the reboot, and of course I was like, before and I've seen all the trailers and all the sort of the concept that they were running with. But when I was playing it, I really could not stand this coming of age story, which to me was way too delivered with way too much pathos.
Yeah.
It was way too pathetic, literally, and
I think that's all there is to see there.
to me it really turned me
Roll
off
through.
the whole reboot, and I
yeah.
didn't finish it.
Press select.
I cannot do it.
Sure.
Not interested in a character that I know and love. I'm interested in how they reimagined her. Sure, I like that.
It's not
The whole thing where she has to,
covered yet.
learn how to skin a deer and then, kills her first person and then runs to her first tomb, and all of the while she becomes like some sort of a gun blazing mercenary. It just didn't work for me at all, and I was much more interested in, and I actually like, now I'm seeing this, I'm much more interested in what we're doing right here.
Yeah.
Running
Rather
around,
than the character.
puzzling out environments,
Yeah.
and picking up some wood here and there. But that to me, this is much more like the Tomb Raider that I'm interested in playing than the story that they tried to go with in the first game. And maybe I should try and pick up this one and see if I'd like it any better.
It's really good.
I know you like it, and that's good that you like it. And
What are you doing? Are you beating?
I think it does say something for how far the video game industry has evolved. Is that now it is, in fact, I don't think in the 90s it would have been possible to come across with a non-stereotyped female archaeologist that would have made an equally big cultural impact as Lara Croft did in the 90s. Because her attractiveness...
Yes, she's very much a product of her time, and what she did was very important for the industry and for representations of archaeology and media.
For sure.
And I think if you started her, if you erased all of it and she just began now, and we didn't have that whole canon of backstory and back games, I don't know if it would have the same impact that it did at the time when she was released the way that she was released.
No, exactly. I don't think it would actually, but at the same time, it does show how that we've come far. I think in the game industry and also in society as a whole, is that there are lots of people that are enjoying this game now, with a heroine that is much more balanced, with archaeology that is clearly not balanced at all yet. Maybe in the next reboot we'll get to that.
So I've been trying to figure out the difference between tomb and crypt. Because it's really bothered me.
Sure, it also bothers me.
Okay.
What is that?
So, a crypt is an underground vault, especially one beneath a church, used as a burial place.
Okay.
A tomb is a small building or vault for the remains of the dead. Maybe in a church, maybe in a cemetery, maybe in the ground, maybe for single people, maybe for multiples, maybe sealed, maybe not. According to other lists, basically a crypt is a type of tomb, and tomb encompasses everything from shrine to mausoleum to single sarcophagus, etc.
Okay.
Just go.
Thank you
Get
for
out of
that.
There's nothing more than.
So-
than
No, just go.
But
Let's
this-
go.
this-
Let's
it's
go do
funny
one more
because
tomb.
this,
So
this plaque that you were looking at above the door, I couldn't. Again, it was kind of Greekified letters. There was one word.
Greekified letters, I like that.
There was one word that was like I was able to catch. The other things didn't make sense. But it's funny because the only word that was readable, at least to me, maybe if I had time I could read more, was ektisen, which means built. So apparently maybe it was referring to the person who was constructed that.
Yeah, like what do you call this in English? A building plaque, building commemoration.
Exactly. So it might have been something
But
like that. and
in
if you-
general, we have to say that the developers or the designers of this game, particularly the creative directors, have been working with, well, not working with archaeologists, but have been consuming a lot of archaeology
Yeah.
and a lot of materials from this time in order to make this authentic, believable,
Yeah.
immersible. So that
Yeah.
it's interesting, eh? And you see
Yeah.
this in many more games.
Map.
You see this in games like
We need
Uncharted
to
2
go
and many other games that feature archaeology or historical periods.
Yeah.
Wait.
Is
Stop.
that they're very happy to incorporate authentic elements from the past, but they're not necessarily interested in incorporating an authentic approach.
Or like
Two.
a very.
Yeah,
something-
and I